Hey, hello everyone. My name is Abhishek Jain, and through this video, I'm just going to explain how you can set up a DeepSeek R1 in your local machine. And not only that DeepSeek R1 model, but you can just, set up any local, any large language model in your local machine so that you can use in a similar way the way you access, like ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek R1 through your browser, right? The major problem which we face when we use through the browser, most of the time we got this request, we got this message like your request has been exhausted. You have to wait for some time before it's get resetted. And the another major problem is the response is very slow. Most of the time you will just stop, you don't get any response, and you have to wait for a little longer, right? So by setting up DeepSeek R1 like openly available model in your local machine, you can just overcome with these two problems, right? Your request is not going to be exhausted because entire model is running on your local machine, and you don't have to wait for a response because response is going to be get very immediately because everything is set up in your local machine. And the third advantage is none of your data is actually going to any other server, right? Right. So let's jump into the setup part and see what all tools we will be needing to do so and how we can set that up. Right. So the very first tool which you will be needing is Olama. Right. What it does is it has all the models which are publicly available. So if you just go to the olama.com, then you will be landing upon this page, and then you can see the models which are available with the Olama. Right. So these are all the publicly available models, and the very first one you can see on the DeepSeek R1, which we're gonna set up in our machine. So the very first thing is you have to install the Olama. Click on download for Windows. Right here we have all the options like Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. You can click on the operating system based on your machines are. Right. Click on that. You will get the installer. Click on that. Follow the instruction, and Olama will be installed on your machine. So once Olama is installed, then you can just once you hit this Olama, you can see all the options, which you can use with the Olama, right? So now go to the model part. Once you click on the model, you will see all the models which are available for your use, and we're going to use the DeepSeek R1. So if you click on a DeepSeek R1, right, which is a major competition for the OpenAI O1 model. So okay, so here you can see the DeepSeek first generation of reasoning model and all those stuff. And here you can see the drop down, which says that, I mean, which model you need, because it comes into the different size depending upon, what precisely you want to set up. Okay, so 1.5 billion, if you just click on that, it will just show you, I mean, how much space you need, like model is 1.1 GB size, parameters and all this stuff, right? So once you click on that, and you have to just copy from here, and it will just say Olama run, right? So let me, so you can see the command is Olama run DeepSeek R1 colon 1.5 billion, right? 1.5 is just a billion, right? Once you click on that, it is going to download it and it is going to run for you. Okay, and that's it. Now your model is set up on your machine because it was downloaded for me already. So that's the reason it didn't take much time. But now we can ask anything. What is gravitational force? Let's start with this question. Okay, so now it start responding us. Okay, so it says that gravitational force is the force of attraction between any two bodies due to the presence of mass, and you can just see the speed since it's running in your local. So it's very fast, and your request is never going to be exhausted, right? We can ask something else like who is Frederick Nietzsche, right? Let's see. See, I cannot answer that question because it seems like, it's not able to answer that question because probably the data related to Friedrich Nietzsche was not, a part of this, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a little bit higher one. So I'm gonna use the 8 billion one because so command is very simple, Olama run, and the model name, and the model name you can get it from your Olama website. Cool, right? That's pretty much it, right? But now most of the folks who are not coming from the software industry, they are not very good in using, the command prompt, right? So they need some kind of UI based tool where, you can just ask the question and you will get that. So now we can repeat that question. Who is Frederick? If you click on that, no. See, the 1.5 seems like, trained with the very less more data. So if you find that, okay, your questions is not being answered, probably you can just select the one which has a more number of parameters, right? But as you will go for the higher size of or higher number of parameters, then you have to make sure that your system or your local machine has the same kind of configuration, because these are very CPU and the memory intensive models, and you need a configuration according to the model you are selecting. Right now, talk about how you can convert this local setup into a UI based, right? And that is where, another tool becomes very handy, which is known as Misty. So if you just go to the misty.app, I will just provide all the website link into the description part. It's very straightforward like Olama. On the very first page, you will find that download Misty. Click on that, select your operating system window. So if you have a GPU based your local machine, you can use the first one. Otherwise, you can just go for the CPU only, and you will get the installer. Click on the installer, follow the instruction, and you will be able to set that up. And once that is set up, you have to just put Misty here. But in the meantime, since it's very, very, resource extensive, so I have to just close the one which is running with the Ulama. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dependent upon the Misty. So it's already opened. This is how it's gonna look like, right? The good part with the Misty is, it's automatically detect the Ulama, whatever the model we have with the Ulama. So right, we can see the DeepSeek R1 1.5, and if you can just scroll it down, you can see all the models which I have already downloaded. And how can we see that what all models we have already downloaded? We can use Olama list, right? So you can see there are six models. So you can see all those six model, and with whatever one you want to choose, you can just pick here. Once you pick here, you can just ask any question. What is electromagnetic force? Okay, it seems like it's taking a little bit of time, but it will eventually comes up, because see, uh, I'm just running all these things in my local machine, and that's the reason, sometime you will find that, okay, if your machine is not having a good number of CPUs and good number of memories, right, at the RAM level, then probably you will face these kind of issues, right? So no need to worry about that. But once you have that, you can just select all these kind of stuff, and you should be good. Okay, I can ask the same question again with choosing a different model, and this time I'm using a 8B. Probably let's see what happens. Right, and unoccurred, please try again. Undefined, it says that, okay, your system memory is 6.GB. This Misty needs 6.GB, but we have available 4.7, so we cannot use 8B. So let's come down to, do we have the another one which is lesser size? No, we have only 1.51. Okay, so let's ask this question again. Let's refresh it. Oh, it's 1.5. Let me just close this now, and let me just reopen it. Okay, so that is how you can just run whatever model you want. So let's quickly, okay, it's already there. So let me ask, what is electromagnetic force? Seems like it's taking a little bit of time. Let me just stop few things which are running on my machine so that it will get some space available. Oops. Now my system becomes very slow. So you have to keep in mind whenever you are setting up these models, you have enough space, enough resources. Otherwise, your system will start behaving very, very slow because, and see, now we got this electromagnetic force the moment I just stop some applications, right? So that way, it gets more CPU and the memory and it's able to respond here, right? We can ask any question, whatever you feel like philosophical, historical, scientifically, right? And maths related. Look, we can ask, could you please share our code to explain. Uh, no, could you please share a code to add two numbers in Python? It's very simple, right? So let's see. So you can ask any question, right? Whatever you used to ask with ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeekR1 seems to be, at par with Gemini and ChatGPT. Gemini, I mean, so this is how you can just set up, those large language models in your local. So all you need is Olama tool, the Misty, and you can get all the models which are available over there, right? So that's pretty much it, which I want to cover from my side. And if you have any further question, I mean, you can see now we got the Python code. We can ask for write some Python code to use to create a game and all those kind of stuff. So I use these tools very heavily on for my day-to-day task, and I'm really impressed and amazed the kind of help these tools are giving to me, right? Though it is not at par, but the kind of pace on which these tools are being immersed, I am 100% sure in near future these are going to be the best thing we have ever built, from the technology perspective. This is really going to be the biggest transformation, in our industry. Okay, so that's it from my side for this video. If you have any feedback or comment and suggestion, please feel free to put that into the comment section and I will look into that, and as required, I will be responding on that. So as always, stay healthy and keep learning a new thing.